open or the front door unlocked, your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did. Good morning and welcome to the first Monday edition of Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines in 2020. We're glad to be back, and we want to let you know we're not going nowhere. And I just could not start this show off today without saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Got to say thank you to Mike Amos. He helped with the toy drive. Got to thank Neil. Got to thank Wiley. We stood out there in the rain and we got toys. Pike County, thank you. The community, we thank you. I want to let you know that on Christmas Eve, we got a bunch of bicycles doing it. I think they was calling it Bike or Bust. Anyway, when we all joined in, and that's what we got to learn to do, is join in and help one another. So I want to make sure I tell Pike County thank you. I want to thank DHR. I went out to DHR and I told them that we had some toys and bicycles and stuff, and they were so nice. They said, just bring them on. Bring them on. We'll take care of it. And they did take care of it, and oh my God, we had so much stuff, and we had one of these trailers, one of these Wiley Sanders trailers, one of our trucks, and pulled right in front of DHR. Got to thank Junior, got to thank Matt. They all helped unload it, and we carried it into DHR. And what warmed my heart was I was kind of concerned because we did it the day after Christmas on some of the stuff, because we got so much stuff we didn't get a chance to give it all out. And I said, y'all gonna get this out, quickly, right? She said, we're calling people now. So it was a lot of kids that had two Christmas. They had what they got Christmas Day, and then they had what they got after the Christmas Day. So we thank you for it, and we thank Millie Johnson, the president of it, that worked with it. I just thank anybody. I don't like to get into name calling because sometimes you can hurt people's feelings, but the good citizens of Pike County are not worried about who knows what they did, as long as we know our kids of the Pike County District and anywhere around had toys, and that's what we need to do. And I just got to keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. I know we talking about trucks, and I'm so excited about. Got Sean Page coming this morning. He's one of our recruiters, and he also drives for us. He's going to tell us some of the stuff that he runs into on the road, and we're going to have a good show this morning. I want to let you know, Pike County citizens and Pike County business owners, Truck Talk is all for this community. If you have a business and you want to come here and tell me about it and tell the community about it, come. It does not cost you nothing. We're not here to make money. We're here to give jobs and build our community up. Wiley Sanders Truck Line is in Troy, Alabama to stay. And the most thing we want to do is build our community up. Anything that we can do to help our community, because you know what I'm about to say. If you have it, at one time it was on a truck. It was on a truck. And we're excited about that. So I just want to let the business owners know. Charities. If you have some kind of charity going on and you want to come here and talk about it, please feel free to come. Please feel free to come. I got to go out to my truck and get some literature, but we're dancing with the stars. Miss Kelly Sanders is putting this on, and yes, yours truly, house daddy gonna do a little dancing. I'm excited about it. It's another benefit to help someone. She's always trying to help someone. I thank God for Miss Sanders. I really do. I thank God for Miss Kelly Sanders. So I'm excited about that. Some people that you know are going to be dancing, and I'm going to my truck and get those papers and bring them back. In other words, I'm telling on myself I forgot them. Left them in the truck. When you get my age, you do forget things. But you know what I say about my age? And I say this to every school I go to. And I thank the man above, and I thank Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. I'm 59. Well, I'll be 59 February 24th. And this is the only job I've ever had. It's working for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's a statement within itself. We got people out there that's been there 30 and 40 years and 25 years. That says something about the company right there. That says something about the company right there. And let me take this time to talk to some driver or some driver's wife that may be looking at the show. To make it in trucking, there's three things you must have. You must have these things. You must have a solid company. You must have freight. Freight. That's our freight. This is our freight. This is our freight. You got to have that. Number three, you got to have good equipment. You got to have those three things to make it in trucking. I just want you to sit back and just think for a minute. Look at 2019. Everybody's trying to do their tax, and look at what you made in 2019. After you do that, I want you to contact me. I'm dead serious. I want you to contact me, and I want to compare what you would have made if you would have been driving a truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's how strong I feel about it. That's how strong I feel about it. You compare, I'll show you what you would have made. And I'm not talking about miles. I'm not talking about whatever you did with that company. Whatever you did with that company, I want you to lay it down, let me look at it, and however miles you run for that company, I want to show you what you would have made if you would have ran with me. I feel that strong. I want to show you what you would have ran, what you would have made if you'd have been doing those miles with me. In 2019, let's compare. 2020 is just starting. It's just starting. Don't go down that road. Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying come join me, and in 2021, you won't be doing like you're doing in 2019. You're one that, you work hard, and you get out there and you do things, and at the end of the week, sometimes it just don't add up. With Wiley Sanders Truck Line, with this, and also my lead, there's no way you're not going to make money. There's no way you're not going to make money. I see one of my guests have got here, and I can't call him a guest. I have to call him a family member. Why would I have to call him a family member? Because he works for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, and we consider ourselves as family to one another. So I got a family member that is just come in the studio. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back with Mr. Sean Page from Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, Every weekend, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Welcome back to Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. I'm blessed to have two of my family members. One, his name is Sean Page. Sean, how you doing? Ricky, put your mic on there. That's my fault. I didn't get you to staple that on there, but that's okay. And Ricky Free. Now, we all three do similar to the same things, and that's recruit drivers for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. There's difference here, though. Sean does two things. He's like me. He's got multiple tasks. And Sean also drives for us. And Sean, you do recruiting as you're on the road.
Yes, I do.
And let me ask you this. Driving for Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and recruiting at the same time, what are one of the joys that you get out of that?
Oh, wow. I tell you what, this industry is very unique in that when recruiters are speaking to students about them joining their company, they are normally not being able to give them the full experience. With me as a driver, I'm allowed to take my truck, Charlene, to the schools and give these young men and women a visual, give these young men a feel of who we are. And that often changes their mindset of where they want to join. We're willing to be transparent from day one, whereas they have to look in other companies.
Okay. Ricky, you mostly, you're like me, your office is right across from mine, and you mostly you used to drive at one time.
I did.
And you had your own truck. So
I did.
I guess when you go to a school, it'd be safe to say that you can you can elaborate on having your own truck or driving one of these big babies just washed and maintenance every day, and you don't have to do nothing but drive it and take care of it. So I would imagine that you tell the guys that, hey, join up.
I do. I tell them, a lot of them ask about being an owner-operator. And in this day and time, with the money like it is, with the companies that's paying good money, you're better off to, especially in your first few years of driving, to just drive for somebody. Because there's a lot of expense.
Yeah. You know, I tell people, and I just said it a while ago, I was sitting down and I was thinking, and it's very clear. To make good money in the truck lines, there's three things you gotta have. You gotta have a solid company. You gotta have freight. We got 5 sources of our own freight, not including the freight that we get.
That's right.
And you gotta have a good piece of equipment.
Exactly.
Yes.
You got a good piece of equipment. You know, and I am so glad that I'm going to be 59, because I'm going to say I'm the age when the company started.
Exactly.
I'm excited about that. And, you know, when you got those 3 products, you're ahead of the game there.
Yes.
You know about sitting. You had your own truck. You know about trying to find freight. With you, we have to slow you down. We can't give you all the freight because of the fact you're having to go to a school.
Yes.
You know, you're having to go to a school. What is one of your schools, and I don't want to say favorite,
Right.
but what is a school that you just, you know, when you go to it, you just feel a little different? We're not going to say favorite because we need all the schools.
I'm going to tell you, all of the schools are amazing in their own way. One in particular that I have developed a fond relationship to has been the Miller-Mott family.
Yes.
That extends from one end of the lower South area to the next. I'll be in Tennessee this week seeing one of those schools, and I've been from one end to Carolinas with them because we do recruit through multiple states. We're one of the few companies that can get you home regardless of where you live.
Okay. Now, you just hit on a subject that really excites me. You're talking about getting home. I'm a recruiter, you're a recruiter, and you're a recruiter. In my field, the first thing I find, first or second question, it's either going to be money or can you get me home?
That's right.
And that gets me excited.
That's
I
right.
tote this with me. You got to get you one of these. I tote this with me. Well, I think the last time I checked, about 20 loads a day going out.
Right. Right.
About 20 loads of paint cans going out, and I told people to go to Lowe's and look up on the bottom of it, and you'll see made in Troy, Alabama.
That's right.
So when you got that going for you, it's easy to say what I can get you home.
I can get you home.
I can get you home. Ricky, when you talk to them, what do you get? What do you get?
That's one of the things they want to know, how much home time I'm going to get. And like I tell them, we're in Troy, Alabama.
Uh-huh.
That truck's coming back to Alabama. You live in Alabama, we can get you home.
Yeah.
And we're not going to keep you out on the road months at a time. I mean, we know that those trucks are coming back.
You know, it used to be a time in trucking that a truck driver was exactly that. He was looked at as a truck driver. And I am so glad we're in the day and age. He's a truck driver, but also he's a family man.
Yes.
And that's what we do. And I tell people, yeah, I'll talk us up and I will continue to, because I believe it in my heart.
That's right.
You got to believe it in your heart. And I look at our boss, Mr. Sanders, just a family man.
Yes.
He's got kids. You can't tell me that a family man is not going to think family.
Exactly.
You just, and he looks at our trucks and we've created things. And he's talking about Mississippi and Miller Mall. I go to Chattanooga and I stand tall and say, I can get you here.
That's right.
And I'm going to tell you something, too. Let me give you a compliment here. And I was not offended. The guy in Chattanooga, Miller Mall, he said, Hoss, we enjoy you coming. We enjoy you coming. But tell Sean to stop by here on that truck. And that's what a family does, you know.
Yeah.
And I love it. I asked y'all what was y'all's school. Believe it or not, when I go to Montgomery, when I go to Montgomery, I've got a lot of drivers out of there, so quite naturally I'm going to be excited about it. But when I go to Montgomery, I get that feeling you get, and you can see it from the road.
Yeah.
And I think of all the years that I passed Trim Tech before I became a recruiter. And I go by there and I look at what they got going on. They're really trying to do it. I know you bought one of your schools here from, what was that school you bought, Ricky?
Southern Union.
Southern Union.
From Opelika.
And I want to tell you guys, anytime, and the invitation also goes to you too, anytime that you got a school or where you want to bring it here, feel free to. And when we come back from this commercial break, I'm going to tell you something that I thought of this morning. We'll be right back. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right. We match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right. We match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did.
Well, no. Welcome back to Truck Talk with Wiley Central Truck Line. When my man say you lie, you lie. You lie. You know, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all something that I saw and thought about this morning, and I love it when it's like that. I make it my business to come early every Monday morning.
Right.
Cause when you see them new young recruits coming down that hall, and I like it when it was like it was this morning. We were bumping into each other. We had so many, and I thought, you know what? That meant you, me, somebody did our job.
That's right.
Right.
Somebody did our job. When we're loaded on Monday mornings, that means, and Brandon, we don't want to leave
Yeah,
Brandon.
we got our
and Dale.
inside people that stay there all the time. That
Yeah,
do an
Brandon
excellent
and
job.
Dale.
I love them
Don't
guys.
y'all get us wrong. We don't do it all by ourselves. We got Brandon in. Without Brandon, I couldn't make it because she's my computer girl. 'Cause when I look at her, I'm just being honest. When I look at a computer, I go, okay. And Brandon does my leg work, so I thank her for that. And Dale,
Oh, he's my backbone.
he assigns them,
Yeah.
and he does such a good job of making matches.
He has a job to do.
Uh-huh.
He has a hard job to do to keep the trainers and trainees set up. He really does.
And I want everybody just watching this and tell your friends, you know, when you're a driver trainee and you come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we ask you what you like, where you like to go, what kind of music. I'm serious, ladies, what kind of music you like, because we try to put you with a guy that's like that. But Sean, during the break, you was telling me, don't forget the ladies.
That's right.
You recruit a lot of ladies. You
Yes, I
recruit
do.
a lot of. I recruit some.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, ladies, let me say this with all of my heart: we got some top notch ladies.
Yes.
out
We
there.
do.
Yes. Yes.
We got
do.
some top notch. I'm just gonna say it like that. They top notch. This morning, Genesis Whitfield, she's been sick.
Genesis.
And she was back in there this morning. I just hugged her. I was glad to see her back because she makes revenue. She rolls through.
She does.
She's been off and she was excited. You know, when you come to a job and you're excited about coming, when I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to get my cup of coffee and go to my job.
That's right.
Yep.
It makes my living, but I enjoy doing it. You know, really, we don't look at it sometimes, but you know, we really help people. When we tell them to come with us, when we can convince them to come here and it works out, I don't know about you guys, but I know it warms your heart.
Man, it doesn't.
When that guy pulls up one day on a truck by himself.
That's right.
Yes.
By himself.
And it's because of you. It's because of what you've done to bring them home. you
To
know?
bring them home.
That's amazing.
Most of the time, we look at this as being simple, but it's not. I bet you got some trainers that you just admire
Yes.
for all the students you brought to
Yes.
them and they trained them.
I've had some great trainers. I remember a young lady that did a good job. That is Dolores Carroll. She did a great job, and she continues to be a great driver with us. So many of our young ladies that become trainers because it's easy for a young woman to become a trainer here because we're that effective. But Leon Miles, one of the oldest guys, this guy has trained more people than I'll ever look at, and he has a way of making superstars. There's just nothing. Dan McApee, these guys, I call him the Master Jedi of training. We put ourselves inside of you and make you somebody that is amazing. You cannot lose with our program. It's one of the best in the industry. It's just bottom line. You can't lose with it.
Ricky, when you go out on the road, especially when you go up to Opelika, I know you meet 1,000 of our trucks going up that way.
Exactly. You see, and that's what I tell them when I get to school. I just met 7, 8 of my trucks going towards Troy. So
That's exactly
we know
where I was
they're going back to, we
right.
can get you home. I mean, they're
You
out
know,
there if you just look.
And I look at that, and, and ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I can say this with all honesty. You can't find trucking companies like ours just got the freight we got.
Yes.
You think about it now. When we wake up in the morning, we got 20 loads of plastic, 20 loads of cans, and I'm just using a low number, 20 loads of cans, and I can't keep up with my lead, boy. 20 loads of lead. So you're talking about 60 loads. Okay, I compare that sometimes. You got 60 loads when you start the day off, and you ain't called nobody. That's just what you got at home.
Right.
Bible says charity starts at home. So if you
Yes.
get all your trucks at home, then you go your big lots, your Walmart,
Your Office Depot.
your Office Depot.
Yes.
So, y'all heard me saying a while ago, I would like for a guy, and I want y'all to do the same thing. Just ask people. Let's just look at 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look at the miles that you ran in 2019. They're going to be lower than my miles. And I just want to show you what you would have made if you'd have been working with us.
Yes.
And what I'm trying to do is right here in 2020, and the reason I wanted you guys to come on, because I want y'all to encourage people. Okay, we just started 2020. It's not too late. Jump on the wagon now.
That's right.
Right.
I used to haul hay when I was a young teenager, and I always found out this. The man paid us by the bale.
Right.
By the bale you throw on. Well, the guys at the end of the thing, they couldn't throw as much up there as we could.
Right.
We had two men on each side, and they just be pulling the tractor along. Right. But the guys that was in front, we didn't have as far to throw ours, so we could throw
That's right.
and get back and get one. And I'd always try to get in front of the wagon. and life is like that. Get on this wagon now. It ain't going nowhere.
No.
It's solid. And I try not to talk about other places. And my boss, he don't like me to talk about other places. But, you know, we just had this big company that closed down. Well, I found something significant about that company. We was established in 1959. That company was established in 1958.
That's right.
In 2020, we're still owned by the Sanders family.
That's right.
Exactly.
That company had, I think I looked it up, it was like, I don't know, it was several. I don't want to call them up. It was several people that owned it.
Yes.
I am glad that the man that makes the decisions for us, I can look at him every day.
Right. Because look at
I
it.
That
know
means a
him
lot.
by name.
Yes.
I know my supervisors by name. And that's a security within itself.
It is. We've
Yeah.
lost, so many drivers have lost their jobs this year because their companies were not secure. And you're right, we don't need to talk about it. We don't need to waste our energy. But the facts are the facts. And if you're watching this, do your research. Companies are not stable as we are.
And let me say this to you. When we talk about being stable and we talk about companies and we talk about trucking companies, but one thing that I like to always mention, what happens when you're working with one of these big companies. And I heard a guy tell an amazing story. And all of a sudden, and I'm not going to use a scenario, but you got to be home.
Ah, yes.
All of a sudden, you got to be home. That is something major.
Yes.
That's something major. I heard a guy the other day at one of our dinners, and we was talking about that. And I said, I want to explain something to you. And this guy just raised his hand. He said, no, let me tell this. He had a situation. Now I won't talk about it, but he had a situation. And he needed to be home. And he said his wife and all, and they was going to send him a ticket and all. And he said, well, there's nothing I can do till I get there. He called his dispatcher. Within 30 minutes, he was being swapped out. Another one of our drivers, which was, hey, look, I'll help out. And they just swapped loads. And he just turned around, going one way, he's turned around, and he said when he called his wife, and he told her, he said, I'll be home by 9 o'clock tonight. If, my hours are like, because, we run legal. We're safe.
Right.
We run legal. And she just started crying. It was just so amazing that her husband was going this way. She needs him at home. And within 30 minutes, within a half hour,
That's right.
he was coming back home. Now, that's strong.
That's
Exactly.
Yes.
And when he said that, I've always learned it's better to eat too much than to talk too much. And when he said, let me say it, I was humble and I said, say it. And I was just amazed myself. That's pretty quick.
That's right.
But he was in the right spot, right time. But that is the stuff we do there. Now, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. I told y'all I wasn't going to ask you nothing you didn't know, but I'm going to put both of y'all on the spot. What is a recruit that you have recruited that you had the most fun recruiting? I mean, this has got to be somebody that I got mine in my head. But go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna tell mine while you guys talk about it. Genesis Whitfield.
Okay.
All right, I recruited Genesis Whitfield out of Montgomery at Trent, and it's kind of a funny story. Well, Genesis went out with Kimberly Cruz, and they made it 6 weeks, and then they decided they want to go their separate ways. And I put her with Marie Purdue. No, it wasn't. Diane. Anyway, but Genesis finished out. The funniest thing about it was when Genesis finished out, I say, "Are you gonna pass? You know they test out. We call it test out." I said, "You gonna pass this road test?" She said, "I'm gonna pass this road test, and I'm gonna make money, and I'm gonna remember what you." I tell everybody, if it don't work out, call. She said, "Any week I don't take home my $800, you gonna know it because I'm gonna call you." And it was so funny the way she said it. You know, she was smiling, but she said that. And Genesis got sick last week. You heard me talk about that. There's just something about Genesis I've always liked talking to, and she's real strict. And she, you know, I admire. And ladies, don't get mad with me, but we got automatics.
Yes.
And we got manuals, and I just admire them ladies that want some manual.
They are the best in the industry. They are the most relaxed.
So who's your favorite? Not
Jesus.
favorite. This
Well,
one you
I'ma
had
tell
more
you,
fun with.
I've had more fun with the young men and women that I have trained. I have to say that. The students that I have been responsible for bringing into my family, they're all on the same level because I felt their motivations to be here.
Yeah.
But when I trained Chad Harrison, I got to remember that joker, how we took an adventure across this country. We went through the Wizard of Oz, man, lions, tigers, and bears, learning this thing. And we got a chance to explore America and to become a part of it. And Chad was just so amazing at learning how to drive these highways. And that made it easy for me as a trainer. And he came from a great school that taught him how to be good before he got here.
Yes. Yes.
So that allowed us to really take an adventure. That's what Wiley does that no other company that I've heard of. We can see it. If we see it on television, we can be there. We deliver there. We deliver across America.
Yeah.
You want to go to Las Vegas, we deliver 10 minutes up the road. We have a place we pick up right there.
Las Vegas?
Yes, in Las Vegas, 10 minutes away. We're there. You want to put your feet up on a beach? We're at California. We deliver places all over where you can enjoy being a truck driver. It's not a job, man.
I wondered
It's
how
not a job.
long it was going to be before you got excited. Like
Oh,
that.
look, I get there. I get there. I'm sorry.
I told
Go
my
there.
producer this morning, he said, "You got any guests?" I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "I got one." I said, "I got one." Ricky,
Wow.
tell me, what do you think when you think of that?
Well, just right before Christmas, we had one, Josh Willis, that come out of Southern Union in Opelika, and I was talking to him, asking him how everything was going, and he had just tested out, got his own truck. He was really excited, but he told me, he said, I was able to go ahead and buy all my children Christmas, have my Christmas this past weekend,
Yes.
and take care of them. He said, I got my own truck. He said, I told him I'd see him in a couple of weeks, and he was going to make money.
You want to make what?
Money.
Money.
He was excited about having his own truck, and he had some things go on a couple of weeks before he was able to come to work. Every time we had him set up for orientation, he had a family matter, but when he got started, he completed, and he was real excited. So it means a lot to see somebody that
And when you say some things that come up, one of the things I tell people, tell us what you got going on,
Yes.
and we'll work it out. If I've been here since 1959, and if you ain't coming to January 26th, I'm still going to be here.
That's right.
that's right.
I'm still going to be here. And I also tell them this. When you come, I'm going to accommodate you to the best of my abilities.
That's right.
I noticed the band this morning. When you come here to Wiley Sanders, we give you 2 meals a day. We transferred you back and forth.
Yes.
The idea I was telling you guys, I want to bring next Monday, I want to bring some of them guys that have just come in, and I'm going to ask them, and I want them to I want other people to hear, not just hear us, but just hear them guys. So what made you pick Wiley Sanders?
That's cool.
I just want to ask them. When I saw them guys this morning, remember I told y'all I had an idea? I started out the door, and I walked back, and I told them, I said, I'm glad to have y'all. Let me tell you what excites me more than anything. this just really gets me up like you be up is when I know that what I've just told this guy is true.
Yes.
It's gonna work. If you come here and you do your job, you're gonna make money.
You will.
Just like you said, that guy, you know, he was excited.
Well,
He was thinking, okay, if I made this as a trainer, I'm finna get with it now.
that's right. Exactly.
You know, a lot of companies, and once again, I won't say the company, they give you a base salary.
Yeah.
I've heard some is $250. I've heard some is $500 a week. But with us, whatever miles that truck runs,
That's what you're getting paid for.
that's what you're getting paid for.
That's right.
That's what you're getting paid for. You know, we talk about interesting stories. I'm gonna tell y'all an interesting one. Everybody likes football. Everybody likes football. Everybody likes football. I had a guy that was chasing a football dream. He was chasing a football dream, and he was at Trimble. And when I got through talking to the class, he followed me out in the hall. He said, "Hey man," he said, "I've been chasing a football dream." He went to Alabama State. He had went to Troy.
Right.
Anyway, he wound up in Michigan chasing his dream.
Wow.
And when he got to Michigan, he hurt his knee again. He's been having injuries, and he hurt his knee. And I guess reading this, around the sitting down part, he got a little relaxed. Anyway, he wound up having a child. You know, met a lady, and they had a child.
Right.
She wouldn't leave Michigan. He couldn't stay in Michigan because he didn't have no job. This is what I'm talking about. Watch this story, how it comes together. So, and he tells me all that standing right there in the hall, and that's why I'm not going to call his name. But he told me all that standing there in the hall. And his last question was, he said, "I'll sign with you today if you can get me to Michigan." And I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he said, "I'm serious, man." I said, "I'm serious. I'm serious." That guy came and they put him with Dan Dodges. And y'all know how he runs.
Mm-hmm.
And he said when he got in the truck, so Dan looked at him and said, "You want to make money?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, okay. I know we had told Dan that he wanted to go to Michigan." He said, "I'm going to get you to Michigan. Well, let's make some money." And they run, and Dan Dodgers come in that yard. And he said that was the best trailer he ever had. And that guy's working for us today. So he got up our newer truck. And he's working for us today. And that made me feel good.
Yeah, he's excited always when he comes in the recruiting office.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. He's always
about.
excited. And that let me know we accomplished something. I mean, there's plenty of stories. We could go on and on.
Yeah.
But that I can imagine how devastating that was. And I'm going to tell all this. You think you're chasing one dream and it didn't work out. That's why I want to tell you this. If you're working somewhere and you're not making enough money, give me a try.
Yes.
I tell people all the time, you lay your paper down, I'll lay mine, and we'll compare. I'm that proud of my program. You take 4% of your gross pay that I'm going to match with your 401k.
That's right.
You 25, you 26, and you stay with me to get my age.
Yep.
When you leave there, you're gonna have some money. And I'm not ashamed to say this. I thank God for my company.
Amen.
I've got something in mind.
Yes.
Because I've been working hard, and when they started at 4%, I eased mine up
That's
a
right.
percent.
You're
And
looking good too.
yeah, and you're gonna look good. That there within itself. They got these little apps. The only thing I do know how to work on my phone. I can
You
pull
can keep
it-
up with it.
I
Keep
can
up
pull
with
that.
money.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I want people to try this. Look at that in the morning time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes on Mondays I look at it. I try to do it every Monday. Just kind of look at it, and that fires me up.
Yes.
Get you ready to go to work.
Get me ready to go.
Yes.
Gets me ready to go. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. We're going to talk about, when we come back, we're going to talk about a manual transmission and an automatic transmission when we come back. We'll be right back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay. 4%, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did.
Troy Cable Security Video Monitoring lets you see what's happening in and around your property even when you're not there. Cameras in our portfolio, wired or wireless, indoor or outdoor, daylight or night vision, all come in high definition. When integrated into Troy Cable Security Platform, you can see live video from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Configure your cameras to alert you when unexpected motion occurs around your property, and send clips when children arrive home from school. Troy Cable Security puts your home in your hands. Troy Cable Security. You love them. Protect them.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We're going to talk about, and Sean is going to be the one we're going to ask the most questions about this. We having a lot of, well, we actually changing our fleet. I talked to Mr. Sanders, and he feels surely by 2021, maybe before then, we'll be all automatics. Mm-hmm. Now, you drove both.
Yes.
And I'm going to put you on the spot here. What you like the best?
I'm going to tell you, with today's technology, I think automatics are good, especially with our drivers coming in at a younger age. It's more accessible to them, which is why Wiley Sanders will take you if you have a restriction on your license. Correct. We will take you because we're going to have automatics that are going to satisfy your needs and ours as well. Personally, I like bumping gears. I do. There's something, there's an aesthetic to being one of those drivers that can shift. Although our automatics have a manual on there, we can shift from automatic to manual in our automatics now, granted. But there is just something about the old school way of trucking where you can grab a gear. A lot of our drivers that went to automatics, they still grab at gears that are not there. They still try to hit clutches that are not there because it is a part of the trucking blood, you know. Mm-hmm. But I think they'll do well. I think if you're coming to join us, my advice would be to be double-handed. Know how to run a little standard. A lot of our training schools still do that, and that's very effective.
Yeah, I like that too. Ricky, what did you prefer?
Well, I'm old school. Now, I'd rather shift gears.
That's right.
You know, the automatics are nice, especially when you get into big cities and the traffic, the stop and go traffic. Mm-hmm. They're nice, but like Sean, I just like to shift the gears to keep you alert.
Yes.
You know, keep you on your toes.
All right, not to blow a hole in what y'all said, but James Petway and Marie Perdue are the oldest two drivers we got.
Right.
I had them on the show. I asked Petway about the automatic. You know, when we first got them, we couldn't hardly get nobody to get on them. So Petway, being the oldest driver, they just told him, we're going to park your truck. You take this, because we want to get the new drivers the newer truck. And you take this, and if you don't like it, you call them. Petway lives in Selma.
Right.
You know, you can't talk on your phone, and something wrong with his headset. He said, looked like that was the longest ride to Selma he ever had, because he wanted to call them and tell them he don't never want that. And I talked to guys, and most people tell me they like the automatic, but they miss sometimes. Now, when I drove, I had a straight pipe.
That's right.
And I kind of cracked that one, and I called it panic.
That's right. That's right.
And I like to do that. And Derek Thompson is one of our leaders out there. He's got one, a big Kenworth that's got two sticks in it.
Yes,
you know?
I saw that.
So I definitely understand what you guys are talking about. And the people that don't understand, you know, back in the old days, I used to be coming from wherever, if I was coming south on 231, I'd turn there Trojan Terrace. I'm just telling the truth, and I'd come up by Ingham's Curve Mark and take a left. And that's so I could come through town and leave on the traffic lights. And everybody knew me. They said, I go hoss, because I drove around, hop, and so. But that's one of the things when you make your job exciting.
Yes, it is.
When you make your job exciting. Sean, you made a great comment when you were saying that you one of the old school drivers, but you liked the automatic, but you like reaching for gears.
Right.
And then you also went back and said it's good to be both.
That's right.
Let me tell you why it's good to be both. These things are mechanical, and something may happen to it.
Yes.
And they may bring you a manual. You need to know that. I tell people, students especially, when they go to schools, get everything this school offers.
That's right.
Get everything it offers.
Everything.
To me, when you got everything on your CDL, and I'm just talking as a personal opinion, it makes you feel better about your CDL.
Exactly.
I also tell people, ladies and gentlemen at schools, this here, your CDL is just like the doctor that's got the degree from Harvard.
Yes.
That's what your CDL is. Because now I want you to come with me, and I found out that a lot of students respect when I say this. Now I want you to come right here with Wiley Center. I feel that I can make you make more money than anywhere. But I also tell them, as long as you got that CDL, no drugs in your system, not no speeding tickets.
Yes.
You can get a job anywhere in this United States.
Exactly.
I don't try to sugarcoat that. But what I do come back and say, it's just not going to be as good as this job.
There you go.
and people seem to respect that and see that. If you're in a truck driving school, do it. But take care of it.
Yes.
Take care of it. I turn down people because, we say safety is first.
That's right.
I haven't said enough about that this morning. Safety is first. Your grandchildren is out there. Your daughter is out there. Your grandchildren is out there. Your daughter is out there. Your wife is out there. And so we have to be safe. And then you got that man that's saying, call me Alabama.
Yeah.
Every sign in the country.
And so I'm not going to call no names because we can't do that. But
right.
this is what I'm saying. When you put together a company like we have, we didn't talk about it much, but I love to watch them trucks go through that inspection line. Then come in the shop and checking everything. And that lets me know, sweet baby, he is safe.
That's right.
Exactly.
It is safe. It is safe because we live in a world where everybody else is not safe. So sometimes you got to pick up, Sean, you drive every day. I'm sure that you see all this. And I want to take this time to thank you for the job you do out there on the road. Let me tell you something. When you're a truck driver, you have a great responsibility. I tell people, look at your head to your toe.
That's right.
I don't care. It was on a truck at one time.
That's right.
That's right.
At one time, it was on a truck. You may have it now, but at one time.
If you got it, a truck brought it.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. And that's been the world. That's what moves this world.
Exactly.
And that gets me excited within itself. And I'm a part of the movement here.
Yeah.
I'm a part of the
We're
movement.
bringing life. We're bringing dreams.
And I want to say this to the students. I talk to a lot of students because a lot of people retire. When you get out there, fatigue.
Yes.
Do not do it. I can tell you now, if you're fatigued, it's something you did when you should have been on your break.
Thank you.
Because the one thing that will get you fired is to run over your logs. We're strict on that. And in my old age, I'm good with that. Now, 15 years ago, I didn't like that.
Right.
I feel like if I'm in Montgomery, I need to come on to Troy. But you can wreck from Montgomery to Troy just as well as you can up north. And I understand now. And they say, my mama used to tell me, she said she never had nothing against somebody that wasn't real smart. She used the word fool.
Mm-hmm.
She said, but she had a problem with an old one.
Oh, yeah.
Because she said, somewhere along the line, you should have
learned
learned something.
That's right.
And so that's what I'm saying. You remember, when you see one of these Wiley Sandals trucks coming down the road, you can guarantee the tires are good, the brakes are good, all the maintenance on it. You can guarantee that the maintenance on it is done. We got a maintenance director, Dwayne Stewart, that does not play.
Never done.
You know, he's not gonna win no popularity contest. That's fine with me. But that truck gonna be safe.
Gonna be ready to go.
That truck is gonna be ready to go. And if nothing else I want to get accomplished today, I want to let you know, if you choose to come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line to work, you're going to make money.
Yes.
And we're going to be safe. And we're going to treat you with the highest of respect. I thank you guys for coming. Most of all, Ricky, I want to tell you, I see something a lot of times that probably other people don't see. But I see when you be talking to them guys, that little calm voice you got, and you work with them. You know, me and Sean, we may be a little on the other side. Yeah, but it takes all that. I teach a Sunday school class. I don't consider myself as a teacher.
That's right.
And I tell them, it's like a big bowl of soup. Everything you put in it, you put some in, I put some in. We just keep putting it in.
That's right.
Long as it's good.
That's it.
Exactly.
Long as it's good. What you put in, your calmness, that it's a driver that needs it.
But
your height, somebody that needs that. What you consider?
if you tell them the truth, you
That's
don't
right.
have to come back and make up a lie to cover up what you've told them. The truth is what they need to hear, and that's what I try to do. Be honest. I've been out there on the road. I know how it is, you know, and that means a lot to them when you get to talking to them. So.
Yes.
And you know, when you bring them, you know, I started doing the tours. And the reason I started, and everybody jumped on it, you've helped me with it, you've helped me with it. The reason I started doing the tours, I can sit up here, that's why I started bringing this stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than what the visual I can see. I'm telling people I got this, and I'm telling we got, and I got to notice in some classes it was like, it's a little too good to be true there. That's just a little too good to be true there. And so, that dawned on me one day, and I went to Mr. Sanders, I said, I want to bring some people down. I want to bring some schools. I said, roll with it. He calls it a tool to work with. And I know he's told y'all the same thing. Whatever tools we need to work with, they provide it to us.
Right.
And that tool of bringing people here, oh man. And we're going to take another break, and we're going to come back and talk about the touring we do and all. I know y'all got a lot to say. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you were out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Come on.
We're back. I'm having trouble with my mic this morning. I want to say this. I want to ask you guys, what is the best thing you think that touring our facilities with the trainees have brought to us? What do you think the best thing about that?
It lets them know what a trucking company is supposed to be like. Being able to walk through every door at Wiley Sanders. Being able to meet with anybody from the guy that is disposing of our trash receptacles to the head man himself if he happens to be here. And he's going to say hello. We're going to say, how you doing? We want you to know how transparent we are.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Ricky, what do you think the touring has done for us?
Well, they actually get to come and see what's there. They get to meet the people. They can ask questions. I mean, the drivers are always around. They can actually ask the drivers and get their opinion to, what they're going to get when they get there.
That's right.
You know, y'all, I've always got a story. And,
Right.
and what I get out of that is just something that happened. You know, we go to Julia's and eat, and we do that after the tour.
Right.
So if you come to the tour with us, you get to eat.
Oh, yes.
And so this driver, this trainee, was in the bathroom. Now, he didn't see me, and one of our drivers was in there with his shirt on. He said, "Hey, man, they give me this tour, but I know you drive for them. What do you think about it?" And the guy said, "Oh, man, I love it." So, I've been driving a truck for about 20 years, best company I've ever been with, and I love it. I love it. So when we come back out, I learn as I go.
That's right.
I'm not ashamed of that. I learn as I go. My pastor always taught me, he said, when you know better, you do better. So when we come back out, that driver, we was all in the back room, and that driver was sitting over there. Well, I went and got him. I said, "Come in here and eat with us." He said, "No, I'm good." I said, "No, come on and eat with us." And so when I got up to do my little spiel, I told the guy, and he just dropped his head like that. He just dropped his head. He said, "You caught me."
Oh.
But two things happened that day.
Right.
From then on in, when I would carry touring class to lunch,
Yes.
I'd go by the driver's line, and I'd take my driver.
That's right.
And I wasn't afraid of that. I've got the first time I think I've had, I was keeping up with it. My wife probably can tell you the number because she's my little helper. Ooh, I may be in trouble for saying that.
I think you just, the way you just said
I
it.
think I'm in trouble. She's my backbone. Let me shut up, baby. I'm sorry.
You didn't mean
But keeping up with it, and ever since we've been, I've never had a driver to be negative. That lets me, because every day, now let me tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, every now and then in trucking, things happen.
Yes.
It's nothing Wiley Sanders Truck Line can do if you pull up on a factory and the forklift breaks down. In trucking, Ricky, you know it. It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
Yes.
It's
Sooner or
gonna
later.
happen. It's gonna happen.
That's right.
You bring in plastic and it's clogged up. Their silo is clogged up. Now we can't do nothing about that. But on our end, it's gonna be good. But if something happens, and mechanical things happen, so I'm not afraid for a driver to meet a recruit. Matter of fact, I wanted to meet him, and I call it a blessing. Every time that I go to that driver's lounge, and I love the ice machine.
Yeah.
You know, we got our big time ice
Yeah.
machine. And every time I go to that driver's lounge, there's always some drivers in there, and they always, I just pick one and say, "Hey, you got anything you want to say?" And some of them always say, "This is a good company." Because it is a good company.
It is.
And I take them to that laundry room,
Right. Right.
and I show them it's not corn operated. This is for your use. This is for your use. And one day we was in there, and Dan Dodger was in there, and he was folding and doing his clothes. And it shows such a family thing. He was doing it. His wife was doing it. It was a family thing.
Yes.
I just got the 1 minute sign, so hey, I want to thank you guys for coming. Rick, I want to thank
Thank you,
you
Jeff.
for the smooth and coolness. Sean, I want to thank you for being a hype. And I want to thank everybody that watched us this morning. Remember, Truck Talk is not going nowhere. Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line is for you. It's for the community of Pike County, because we want everybody to work. If you got a business and you want to talk about it, email me or call me, and let's come talk about it on Truck Talk. Thank you, everybody. Be safe. You know what I'm about to say. If you got it, it was on a truck at one time. Till next Monday.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did.